What's up, Enduro guys? This is your program for the 30th of June. And we're going to pick up on the 10 by 10 back squats that we started a couple of weeks ago. This will be the last week of it, so you can test yourself by increasing the weight by whatever you did last week, maybe 2.5, 5 kilos. If you found last week was reasonably easy, then feel free to increase the weight a little bit more, but try and stick to the same weight across all 10 sets. I'm not going to demo the back squats because there's not that many new people on the program. So you can check back if you want some little demos on that, but I'll leave it up to you. The PDF explains the flow of the workout, so 2 minutes rest in between, 10 by 10 at the same weight all the way across. This week we've added some new warm-up videos. We've been promising these for a little while. I'm sorry that it's taken so long. We have a few out there, so there's links to those. Make sure that you use them, familiarize yourself with the ones that work for you, and then the later you get on down the line, the more you're probably going to be able to find the things that work best for you depending on the workout. So the suggestions are there. Pick it apart, use the things that work for you, and just get on with it. Anyway, I'm rambling a shit ton. So, moving on, we're going to do some assistance work a little bit different this week from the squats. So always important to equalize with some posterior chain after we've done a very quad dominant movement. So we're going to take, if anyone was familiar with the death march that we did a few weeks ago, it's the same position through the front, or the scaling option that was for the single leg deadlifts. So the change of the angle in the hip is the most important. A nice solid footing at the front with your front knee straight above your ankle or even slightly back. Stabilizing with the ball of your foot on your back foot, tense through your middle, lean over your thigh so you feel like your tummy is going down onto your thigh, and then stand up with a little bit of power there. So it's your glutes and hamstrings that should stretch at the bottom and then initiate the movement up. Try not to go too heavy. It's more important that you get the movement right instead of adding too much weight. Do 12 each side, 4 times round, with as much rest as you need to reset in between. And then an intensity finisher. So an assault bike if you have it, rowing machine or ski erg, or hill sprints. You could probably do this on a static bike, a turbo trainer. So 10 seconds as hard as you can, making sure that you push with 100% effort. It may say 10 sets of 10, so on the minute, every minute for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the upper end. I'd rather that you pushed all out and you did this and got to your maximum output within 5 or 6. So if you feel sick, you can't do another set, that's exactly what we want you to feel because you pushed so hard. And that's it for day 1. So moving on to day 2. It's going to be ring Superman push-ups. All right, so first part of day 2, Superman push-up. I'm using a box simply because I don't want to put these rings down because we're going to do ring rows later. So you're going to go from a locked position, rings to bicep, and then a twist, knee to your elbow, push up, back down, other side. You're going to do as many of these as you can before you either feel like you can't press anymore or you can't sustain a nice stable midline position. It's really important that you prioritize your spine and you don't end up in an overextended position. It's going to be really bad for your back. So Superman push-ups, you're going to do 5 sets of this. It's going to be a pull-up with a negative on the way down. As many as you can. 3 or more. So if you don't make 3 with a 3-second descent, then do less reps or use a band. If you're getting up to 10, then you can increase the descent time to 5 seconds. That's going to be very few people, so if you can, well done. And then we're going to move on, after doing 5 rounds of that, on to part B, which is a big, long, as many rounds as you can for 35 minutes. We're going to do an 800-meter run or a 1,000-meter row into 20 kettlebell swings. So 20 kettlebell swings to the top today. If you can, nice and powerful and explosive. Then back out, 400-meter run or 500-meter row, and then back in 10 toes to bar. Ooh, blind. So the toes to bar, a nice kip if you can, nice flowy movement. If that's difficult, you can do a more strict movement, keeping your legs straight. If that's difficult too, knee raises. But as always, it's important to be hanging off a bar to do this because this is a grip plus capacity workout. And that's it for day 2. So day 3 starts with nice and simple 100 ring rows. So you can do these with your feet on the ground, rowing so the rings hit your biceps, or increasing difficulty, a supinated position, parallel to the ground, will make it a little bit more difficult. So break as much as you like, but try and do some reasonably big sets and rest as little as possible. And then rest 5 minutes before the workout itself, which is going to be 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 thrusters, preferably with a barbell, locking out the top, prioritizing the squat, and then onto an assault bike, if you have one, or an echo bike or air bike, whatever, and then 15 calories. You can do this on a rowing machine as well, if you like. I'd much rather it was on a bike. So if you don't have a piece of equipment that easily measures calories for, say, 15, like a rower or a bike, then 5 seconds per calorie that is on the workout. So if it's 10 calories, it's going to take you 50 seconds at a reasonably quick pace before you then get back onto the bar to do the thrusters. Then you're going to rest 5 minutes, and you're going to do devil press and burpees. This is another chipper. It's going to go from 10 devil press, 10 burpees, 8 devil press, 10 burpees. So the devil press decrease, but the burpees remain the same. Devil press is going to be hands on 2 dumbbells. A burpee, land either side, and then lock out at the top, back down, chest to the dumbbells. There's a nice hip opening movement, nice power through the shoulders too. So devil press into burpee, which is basically a lighter version of the devil press. And that's going to be really good for hips, nice tightness through the core, nice dynamic movement for capacity. And that's it for day 3. So day 4 is simply going to be 4 minutes of steady state cardio, 4 minutes of mobility. So use the mobility screening sheet that we've given you to identify red flag areas. Spend and be vigilant on this, the full 4 minutes on the steady state cardio and 4 minutes on the mobility. As many times around as you like. You can spend an hour doing that, and that would be absolutely great for you. And that's it for this week. So any questions, send them over. Any feedback at all, we love to hear so we can keep improving the program for you guys. And I'll see you next week. Peace.